Hey, it's Dex over here. I am just gonna let you know right now this video is very long and it describes some very personal things and um, it's kind of like a hypocritical rant, very all over the place. So if you are not prepared to sit for about 20 minutes and listen to life stuff, then go watch something funny. Have a good night. Hi guys, it's Dax Silver here. I just wanted to talk about something today. I know everybody has their brief moments of stress or anxiety, depression, and then they have some people who branch off further and further away. I would be one of those more depressed people, and that's my dog, Kai Luna. One of those depressed people who don't really know what to do with themselves or don't really know how to motivate themselves, and I sometimes have a hard time really divvying out how to get certain things done. Even small things, cleaning my room or brushing my teeth or something like that, sometimes I'm not even there. Sounds gross, absolutely. Why not? Because I must stink, but hey, who cares? Because I'm a person. No, not good enough. Okay. Well, I'm the type of person who is very passionate and emotional and sensitive, and I don't really know how to say it. Everything everyone says affects me in a way, and it's just like, what do I do? How do I help this person? What can I do to fix these things, you know? And the answer is quite simple. You can never fix any of those things that anyone's going through. You can just be a big influence in their life. So when you're fighting yourself or you're fighting with someone else, just remember that the way that you act or react to that person could influence them to feel a specific type of way. So if you feel as if you need to confront them or you have to start telling them a bunch of negative things that you feel is happening in your life, in their head it might be completely different. So you should really just kind of, I guess, watch what you say or watch what you do. I have a big problem with that. I can't really necessarily watch what I say or watch what I do. I try my best, but sometimes it just comes out. Like sometimes there's nothing you can do about how you react. It doesn't mean you should excuse yourself for those things. Don't excuse yourselves. Just really open your eyes to what you did and try to work on it. Try to do specific things that'll help you work on what exactly you're missing out on. You should be putting yourselves to the finest, and yeah, just remember what you do and what you say, and then take an action to try and be a better person, or whatever we call a better person. But specifically, I had a talk tonight with somebody that's really important to me, and me doing something that affected them made me feel bad. Like, it just made me feel like what I did the other day affected them in the wrong way. It was like it was a super, super negative thing, and I thought I was in the right and that they were in the wrong, but you can't really be the judge of that, because there's no mediator, there's no extra person on the sidelines to tell you what you do and what you're not going to be able to do. So you just gotta kind of flow with it, and it's just a really big amount of emotional, like, waterfalls. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like super aggressive and passionate, and then you're like, hey, I'm right, and then boom, somebody's upset, and then they start going off on a tangent about why they're a terrible person, even though you thought you were the one who was feeling bad and they should comfort you. I have a hard time getting straight to the point. Very hard time. Just love the people that you have around you. And I know there's 1,000 videos or movies that tell you or subliminally, subconsciously get you on that path. But take it from somebody who's depressed probably about 85% of the time. I mean, is it really that bad? You know, I have a job. I just got a new job. I live in my own apartment. And, like, I'm so depressed that I don't understand. Like, I'm doing all these things for myself, and I don't necessarily know how to explain, you know? Everyone says, hey, do this, do that. You know, it's easy. Just put initiative into it. Like, take initiative to do these things. What is initiative? Like, is it really a thing that you need to do to show who you really are? Like, ask questions if you don't know something. Who cares? Like, just do what feels good in your heart, and like, that's what kills me. I try doing these things, and I never get anywhere. But like I said, the person I care about that I talk to every day, she's going through a lot, and I don't necessarily know what to do or what to say, and neither does she. But when you talk to somebody and you try and tell them it's not that bad, just realize you're not in their shoes at that moment in time. Just realize that the only person that matters in that instance is the one that's upset. Like, just truly be there for them. Try not to branch off into a conversation that leads back to you. Just maybe give them a few minutes, a few hours, a few days. I have a hard time doing that, and I understand you can't always do those things, but give it a try. You know, like, really feel it. Don't try to comfort them by telling them what they could do to make things better. Let them figure those things out for themselves. Like, let them really feel those needs. Let them get themselves back into motivation. Don't say, oh, you need to go to college. Oh yeah, that's a breakup. Or go date someone else. Go do something that is equivalent to making yourself feel worse. Like, really? Like, the things you're telling me to make me feel better just make me feel more like crap. About my fiance, she's really upset, and all you can do is listen. And then after you're done listening, just be there for them. Just be concerned. Love them for who they are. Let them know that you love them, and if there's no other words to say, then it doesn't mean that you don't love each other, that you can't have a conversation. It just means, hey, that person's upset. You know, maybe they just have a lot going on right now. And talking to everyone or whoever's listening, this is helping me, and it's hopefully helping someone else. So just know that if you're upset, someone's out there for you. Someone's there to listen. You know, hopefully you can find that person. Let it be your mom, your dad, your best friend, your spouse, significant other. Just go to them and tell them how you feel. Don't keep things inside, because you let things dwell and they eat you. They eat me, and if they don't, you need to reevaluate your relationships. I let myself into dangerous people's lives, toxic people, and I thought me and my fiance's relationship was toxic, but the way that I was reacting to the things that I felt she was not doing is toxic, and its own. I think it really goes either way. You're an influence in someone's life. So when you influence them one way, and then they influence you another way, and then the communication isn't there, like, someone could be thinking one thing and you're thinking the other, but you both think that you're right, and it's that's not how that works. Like, I think, you know, you don't consider my feelings, or you don't make me feel good, you don't do these things, you don't do those things, and then you might think this complete opposite. You're like, I'm really trying to help that person, I'm really trying to be there, I'm really trying to give them my all, and they're not seeing it. And then that person is just in a dark corner of a room while I'm over here spitting nonsense about why I think they're terrible to me. Things could be worse. I'm not saying life is beautiful all the time and that it's completely... It's not that you shouldn't worry. It's not that you shouldn't put yourself in those positions. Everything's gonna hurt eventually. Life's gonna hurt. Your age is gonna hurt you. Your mentality on what you thought when you were 12, and then you turn 14, and then 20, and then 25, 36. Each age you're gonna be like, wow, holy shit, like, this hurts. I hurt myself, I hurt everyone around me, and, you know, you're so negative. But what really is negativity? When there's a positive, there's a negative. They're together. It's a one whole unit. It's a whole unit. You just gotta take things as they come. And I'm not at all the advisor for that. I don't take my own advice. I constantly have to be there to actually know what I'm doing. And, like, you know, you don't really know what you're doing when you're doing it. It's a sense of something. You're like, hey, I want to do that, but do you really? Or is it the influence that you took from other people? Is it the feelings that you had from them that made you feel like you needed to do this? Were you obligated? Were you this? Were you that? No, you don't really know. Like, we as people are in a culmination of the people and experiences we have in life. So, are we really who we are, or are we everyone else that we see? Think about that. Does that mean anything to you, or are you just going to go around denying it? Treat people nicely, be kind, have your messed up thoughts, you know, like, picture murdering someone down the road, and then don't do it. Like, just realize we're all one. We really are. If they say that we feel what other people feel, their energy feeds off onto us, and then our energy feeds off onto them, then what does that mean? To me, that means if I treat them with respect, honesty, loyalty, and give them my all, and then they do that back to me, we're one organism. We're one person. That's why our insecurities get the best of us. That's why everything gets to us. You think it doesn't, but then you have a conversation with somebody who's like, you're gonna be cold one day. You just gotta be cold. I'm cold. You're cold? And if you're cold and you're trying to explain to me why I should be cold, and then you get into a rant about what somebody else did to you, then you're taking that personally. You're telling me not to take things personally, and then you take them personally yourself. We are all hypocritical. We're all contradictory. if you really think about it, nothing makes sense. Nothing ever makes any sense. What I'm saying doesn't make sense to you. The only thing that makes sense to you is what's in your head. So we really need to come together as people, as human beings, animals, mammals, whatever you want to call us. We all need to come together. Because I don't know who I am or what I'm doing. A name is a name and a face is a face, but it's not really what symbolizes me as a person. I don't necessarily know what does symbolize me. Neither do you know what symbolizes you. We just have theories, we have thoughts, and then their opinions. They don't make us us. Like, I don't think anything makes us. I think we just dangle in space, doing absolutely nothing for absolutely no reason. Our opinions don't matter. People will tell you that, and when they say your opinions do matter, later on they go off to do something completely different. Our perspectives change, our minds change. I feel like everything matters to me and nothing matters at the same time. There's nothing you can really do about anything at all. It's just gonna happen. You can raise your kids to the best of your ability. You can do whatever you want. But that absolutely does not mean that it's gonna happen the way that you want it to. So really, just take it a step at a time. Like, just let it happen. You're not gonna change anything about anyone else or about anything else. It depends. The circumstances are always underlying. They're there. You just can't really. You can't really see it. I'm emotional, so my brain is just like, I guess it's a brain fart. I just think that everyone should just look at the people that they love and love them with extraordinary power. Just take everyone in. Just really feel them. Breathe in deeply and just take people for who they are. It doesn't matter of a color or like sexual orientation. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be transgender, hermaphrodite, whatever you are as a person. Just give people that, and then everyone else should accept it. Like, stop complaining about Tom, Dick, or Harry just doing dirty things with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Just let Tom, Dick, and Harry be. And when I hear about it and I accept it, don't look at me wrong for being that way. I just think the long run, you should really just accept people. If you don't, then you don't accept yourself. Nothing is going to help if you're going to be closed-minded and all you're going to do is be harsh on everyone else. I am you, you are me, and if you treat me wrong, you're treating yourself wrong. You have to hold on. Just give it some time. You know? Again, you think it's bad, and one day it'll be worse, and you're hoping that it was just as bad as it was before. But I do know that everybody has their right, and everybody is going to try their best to do what they can to be the best person they can be. But you know, just keep hanging on. Keep hanging on. Things will get better and then worse and then better and worse and better and worse again until you're not living anymore. But have those moments, enjoy the fun times and enjoy the bad times. You gotta enjoy everything, because one day you're not gonna be here anymore, so it won't even matter. You just gotta hang on. The sadness, it's too overwhelming sometimes. The depression is too overwhelming. Like, I'm starting to think that I like it. I've always thought that I kind of enjoyed being sad and lonely, and then when I go and try to talk to people, I don't want to, I want to do this. I don't want to be sad and lonely and depressed anymore, so let me go talk to people. And then you don't want to you don't want to be with people all the time, but then you want to. Like, it's a love-hate. It's a love-hate. You love to be with people, but you hate to be with them. That's me. I love people and I hate them. Not like I hate them. I just mean like the firm dislike. I'm not saying I dislike anybody out there right now. I'm just saying that sometimes I don't like people and sometimes I like them. So in all honesty, just the people that are around you, just make sure you see their emotions and you see who they are, and don't try to make them do things. Just let them do things on their own. How are they going to feel original or have an original experience? A smart person learns from their own mistakes, and a wise person learns from other people's mistakes. But not everybody wants to learn from other people's mistakes. And yes, it would be great to have a world where everybody would want to, learn those things. But if they've never been in the shoes, then how do they know whether or not they fit? You can't just look at it and be like, hey, I know I don't fit in those shoes, even though they're the same exact size you wore yesterday. I hope that was enjoyable. I'm lightheaded, very tired and all over the place. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I just finished editing all of this. It's probably crappy editing, but either way, not to be negative, I'm sorry. It's probably crappy, but I'll get better eventually. It's always improvement. But if you sat through this whole video or even skipped through everything, even got to the end, very much appreciated that you even gave 3 seconds of your time. Share, like, subscribe. Doesn't matter if you don't want to. You're your own person. See you later.